Hi, guys. This is a big room. This is going to be fun. Okay, so what we're talking to you guys about today is honestly the thing that we feel that most coaches avoid and need the most help with. Now, let me ask you a quick question. Would any of you be interested in waking up on Monday morning with inquiries in your inbox from people that want to sign up with you? We're literally going to tell you exactly how we do this. Now, we want to take you, a couple of years back. This is what Megan and I's social media posts used to look like. So we've come a long way in our business in how we used to invite and how we invite today. And we're going to show you exactly what we do today. And we've both built the businesses entirely differently. But as you can see, we started somewhere and it wasn't perfect. We shared stock images of challenge groups, but we did the things. It wasn't perfect, but we started. And if you take nothing else away from that, understand that you not moving forward and just letting the notes in your notebook remain notes, you're never going to take action and move forward in your business. So we really want to give you guys action steps today.
Right, so you'll see as immature and as clueless as we were, we just kept trying. We just kept finding what worked for us, and different things did work for us. Like she said, we have different styles and approaches to this, but what we hope is today we'll be able to share with you what's working more in 2018. But even though we've done it different ways, there are two different buckets that both of us have to fill, and all of you have to fill. And obviously that's inviting to your team, and that's inviting to challenge groups to our program. So I personally have had my most success building my business and leading with challenge groups, leading with fitness, giving people an amazing experience in my challenge groups, giving them great results so that they are fired up to share. And I still will share the opportunity with people who don't know about Beachbody yet, but I have found my most, generally, my most loyal coaches from those who have had amazing results. Mostly people like me who never would have considered an opportunity, never would have considered doing something like this, people who never saw themselves as leaders, but once they had an experience, had results with something that made such a difference in their lives, they couldn't help but share. Now, Angie, on the other hand, has had tremendous success leading with the business. That's her jam. That's what lights her up. And she has built her business mostly that way, right?
Absolutely. And I think it's really cool that we've both rocked it in completely different ways and still been successful. And that's one thing that we do want you guys to take away today is if you're you and you rock the business how you want to rock it, guess what? You'll rock it. So I decided pretty early on that I was very passionate about the coaching opportunity, which to some people seems really strange, but I just love it. And I actually built my business over on Instagram, and we don't have discount coaches on our team, which I know is really weird. I probably have like one. You know when you get that report every year? We don't have any. We have a bunch of business builders that are super excited to get started in their business, and that's something that I thrive off of. And it was not always like this. So when I first started, I actually had a lot of trouble inviting. I had a lot of trouble putting myself out there, crafting my posts, everything down from sending a message to filming a video. Now, is anybody else in here insanely shy? So, we're having small heart attacks right now together. We're both incredibly introverted, shy. When we started this business, and still to this day, we're not, very outgoing people. Would any of you guys freak out if you were standing up in front of this large crowd? Just know, we are too. And also, side note, is anybody else legs hurt from this morning's workout? Yeah, no, you know what? You guys are sitting, we're standing for the next couple of hours, so you're welcome. But, it is something that we do love to do, but we were shy in the beginning, very shy. And the way that we got out of that, because you do have to step out of your comfort zone in this business sometimes, and especially with inviting, and if you're being real, that's why you're holding back. It's because of fear. And so what do you do if you're really shy? Think of your best friend. Think of one person. Instead of thinking of maybe the thousands of people that will see that video or see that post, or that you might be scared that they might judge you, think of the one friend that you have that thinks that you are hilarious. So my friend, her name is Lauren McHugh, and she is now an elite coach on my team. She was once someone that followed me on Instagram, joined my challenge group, then signed up as a coach, and now she's an elite coach. And from the very beginning, I always thought of her when I was filming my videos. Still to this day, when I'm filming and when I'm crafting an invite post or sending an email, I think of Lauren because she thinks that I'm hilarious, and that makes me happy. And I only speak to her. She's my target audience, and obviously that worked out. And one thing that I would love for you guys to write down that I have in my notes here, and it's really good. Someone you haven't even met yet is wondering what it would be like to know someone like you. So stop holding back on the quirks that you think are weird, like Disney, and maybe that you didn't have that big of a transformation. That was something that I was really hung up on for a long time. And putting that forward first and being you first will help you relate to people. So don't focus on selling, focus on relating.
Right, so I want to talk to you about that, playing to your strengths and your passions. What lights you up? I know, like we mentioned that we're introverts. Like, those of you who have that same tendency, this is about the point in the trip, and maybe it was this morning where you're just like, okay, I'm zapped, I'm done, I'm drained. Like, that's how we feel, we absorb everything. Those of you who are extroverts, it's easy for us to see like, oh, well, this business, they have an advantage. They love being around lots of people. They'll talk to a lot of people. If you're an introvert, that's a strength too. And I want you to understand that if that is you, that is absolutely a strength, because those of you who are introverts, you favor one-on-one communication. You favor smaller, more intimate conversation. You hate small talk. The superficial small talk is boring, it's lame, you don't get it, but you thrive in that one-on-one conversation. You're an excellent listener. How amazing is that for this business? Embrace that strength, embrace that passion. But I want to tell you, I think a lot of us spend a lot of time being distracted by trying to find ourselves or our message in others. How many of you have spent like 10, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes scrolling your news feed or scrolling from coaches that, other successful coaches to find inspiration on posts? I mean, I get bored, I get like uninspired, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what to say. Words aren't my thing. I'm not the most articulate. And so I'll find myself getting distracted. And I realize, you know what? The most inarticulate thing that I could say right now that is me is going to be what is most effective at finding my tribe, even if it's not as articulate or eloquent. I mean, I'm all about learning from top coaches. Success leaves clues. We need to know best practices and definitely look to those who are doing it well. But balancing that with spending that time developing you. What lights your fire? What makes you you? I know I'm kind of envious of Angie's ability to be really great with her aesthetics. If you look at her Instagram, like, she's so good at the pretty. You look at her feed and you're just thinking, I want to be in that world. She's just great with photography. She's great with making it a visually appealing experience. I struggle. It's not my strength. The more time I spend trying to be like somebody else, the less I'm able and effective enough to find my people. Fitness is my jam. I have that expertise. I have that background. And so I talk about that a lot because that's what my profession and my certifications are in. But if that's not you, if fitness isn't like your thing, you don't love fitness, don't act like you do. Don't act like you feel like you need to be an expert or some kind of authority. And that, obviously, we have to all share how fitness and these programs have changed our lives, what role it's played in our personal stories. That's absolutely something that we need to do. And we absolutely need to develop competencies in our areas of weakness. But the more time we spend just developing those, the less time we spend finding out what makes us us. Now, let me put an end to anybody's insecurity if you've ever said these words to yourself. And I know I've said them. Who am I to position myself as any sort of authority on fitness? Even though that's my background, there's still a bazillion other people out there who are much better at it, more experienced, that are more ripped. And I would think, why would they pay attention to me? I don't have, I'm not awesome. Or who am I to act like I'm a business owner? Who am I to think I could be so presumptuous to invite? I'm not an authority. How can I write this down? Like, if you need to, this affirmation. You are an authority. You are an expert in your story. Nobody can take away what this business, what these products, what the community, the culture, what it has done for you. You can 100% confidently be an expert and an authority on that message. Nobody is more qualified than you to share that message. And we're going to move into that story and that brand and how do we share that? How do I develop it? What does that even mean? If you haven't really dug into this, I have some questions that might help you if you feel like you're still trying to develop this on your own. You're not sure, maybe write these down and take some time after all of this and flesh this out. Spend some time just with you, mapping out, like, what is my message? What is my story? So here's some questions that you can write down. What have you overcome? What do you struggle with? What do you still struggle with? What do you get asked about the most? What do people come to you for? If you were to win an award for something right now, what would it be? It doesn't have to be fitness, coaching, business related. But what are you really good at? What are you most proud of? What did you just geek out over? What things? Like, come on, Disney? Like, how fun is that? Disney's not my thing, but I love that that's her, and she shares that, and she finds her tribe with that. I think that's awesome, and when you confidently own who you are, that is so magnetic. It's so attractive to people. What can you talk about for hours? Okay, these are the things that make up your story. I had the privilege of hearing from Donald Miller. He's the CEO of Story Brand, and his company helps brands tell their story. And because he would say that that is the most effective way to market right now is through your story. He says, story is a sense-making device that keeps people's butts in a seat for 2-3 hours. It's a sense-making device that keeps people turning the page. We want to keep people turning the page because they're in our story. He says, human beings spend 30% of their days daydreaming. 30%, a third of our day almost, daydreaming. What we get to do and how we do this is we captivate our audience so that daydream is in our story. So stop their daydream and get them into your story. He also says that every story is the same. You have a character who has a problem that meets a guide that gives them a plan that results in either failure or success. And so if you think about that, and you start to tell your story, I want you to remember that you are the guide and they're the hero of the story. So as you're telling your story, you want to show the people that you're talking to that they can be the hero and that you're the guide. There's no denying that our programs work, that Shakeology is amazing. Our nutritionals are the best. There is visible, tangible, external results from all of our programs. There's visible, external results from this opportunity. You're hearing from people on stages who have had tremendous business success. There's no denying it. But when you're telling your story, what you have to remember is that people do not buy solutions to external problems. They buy solutions to internal problems. And your story, as you tell your story, you're showing them how what we have provides a solution to their internal problems.
All right, now, just to be super honest for a second, I feel like the square people in the room, is there squares in here? Square? Yeah, you guys are probably like, are they gonna give us like some actual things that they actually do soon? But one thing that we wanted you guys to understand is your story and your brand is everything. And if you're confident you own that, then that's everything. But please do not do what Megan and I did and get super hung up on it and put a halt on your business for, a couple months to a year, which is what happened to us. So what we wanted to give you was, while you're developing your story and your brand, which, by the way, will be forever evolving. Ours is still evolving. Our why evolves, just like our brand and our story. So how can you invite, like today, like right now, and like what did the top coaches do type of gold? So we're going to share that with you. And this is rapid fire, exactly what we do and our top coaches do. So I grabbed some examples from my top coaches. So the pretty little face that you see in the middle, her name is Allison. She's in here. She's super embarrassed right now. I love her. She's a diamond coach on the team. She's personally sponsored by my coach, who's a rock star, Jill. And they run the business together, and they're both my favorite humans in the world, so I figured I would embarrass them together in this room. Now, as you can see on this, Allison is adorable, but not only that, she's wicked awesome smart. So what she did is she did a poll on Instagram, and she said, do you struggle with nutrition too? And 93% of, I think it's like 387 people that saw it, said yes. She will go through and invite, directly message all of those people, rapid fire message them, so that the next day she has a pool of people that are interested, that she can actually have a real conversation with. Now, the two other examples that you see, the picture of the food and the picture of the pretty girl with the before and after, that coach, her name is Mandy Kai. You will probably hear from her very soon. She was an Emerald coach last year. She didn't attend Summit, big mistake, but she didn't attend Summit, and she is now here as a 9-star diamond qualifying coach, and she's already locked down Elite this year. I didn't even do that yet, so you might want to listen to this part. So what Mandy does is very smart as well. She doesn't give an option to say no. She says, what do you need help with, fitness and nutrition or just nutrition? So anybody that says just nutrition, cool. She tells them about her 2B Mindset test group or challenge group. Fitness and nutrition, lift 4. So the other picture that you see, the before and after, which by the way, getting results in your business, whether your transformation is 5 pounds gained, which was what mine was, or 20 pounds lost, which is what Mandy had, and just shredded, that's from the 80-day obsession. So she says, do you want to, my eyesight is brutal. Do you want to prep with me to get fit for summer, something along those lines? And it says, tell me more or just sign me up. What that does is she knows how to craft her message to each of those people that she's going to rapid fire invite. Tell me more, they might need a little bit more details, maybe put into a free group, and sign me up, they're ready to rock and roll. Now, here's another example. So Megan and I used our Instagram pages as examples for this, but we wouldn't say to do this with coach pages because chances are they have their teams following them and other coaches. But any influencer that you follow on social media, maybe a fashion blogger, maybe another fitness guru that isn't a coach, not a trainer, by the way, because that's a bunch of coaches that follow them as well. But if you click on the people that are following them, think about it, that's your target audience. And honestly, this is how we grew our followership. So what we do is we pull up the list of followers and we go through and think, oh, she's cute. She'd make a really good coach. Okay, click on their profile. Like 5 pictures. 5, that's the 5 part. 3 is 3 genuine comments, not emojis. And maybe 1 follow or maybe 1 direct message. So that's the 5-3-1 rule. This is gold, by the way, you guys, straight gold. So giveaways, this is a really great way to not only invite, but grow your following. And I'm going to embarrass another one of my coaches today that I didn't warn her about this. The other ones got warned. Mickey Boker is a Star Diamond coach on my team and told me, and by the way, it's always really smart to ask your coaches, especially the rock stars, how they found you. She said that she entered my giveaway like 2 years ago and has followed me ever since. Thank you, Mickey. So all that I did for this was I said, follow me, tag 3 friends, because they're your target audience too. And I shared in my stories throughout the week leading up to the deadline of the giveaway, and I just did some loops, some resistance loops that were cute and pink. And the last one, and probably the most obvious, is to have a transformation. If you can have your own transformation and truly commit to that, your own testimonial, you know, not waiting for, I can't get challengers and I can't get coaches. Like, work on you first. Be a true product, like not I'm going to start on Monday product of the product like we were in Dabble, but for real. And when you do that and you fully invest in the products that we have and you become a true believer, I'm a believer. That was super weird. They made us sing, by the way. That was not our choice. So you're having your own testimonial and your own transformation and maybe getting your spouse on board is everything. And that's a key way to invite, and Megan has some more gold.
Right. So I know a lot of us, especially those shy introvert types, just anybody who's afraid to start this business, we think, I just want it to be natural. I just want it to be natural. And I'm with you. I think you want it to feel natural when you invite. But let me just remind you that natural is not the opposite of intentional and deliberate. So you have to start conversations, okay? They're not gonna naturally fall into your inbox because you've developed some awesome posts, and, you know. And there's gonna be a day as you build your following and credibility, you're gonna see more of that, but you're gonna have to go out there and be intentional and deliberate about being natural. I have loved the advent of video and using Insta stories. I feel like it just breaks down these barriers. But video, I think, is how people, and voice, really get to know you and trust you. So I have some tools that are really working well now these days. If you see that image on the right, I guess, of the screen, I've been so presumptuous to put my face in their DMs in little 15-second clips. I thought a little awkward at first, but I just got tired of using my thumbs one day to type. And I was like, I'm more effective talking. So I just did. And that girl, she signed up to be a coach just last week. Because she even said to me, "Thank you so much for those messages. I appreciate that personal touch." So people, they want to feel like they're special. This is a great tool. Video email. Get people's emails. You're talking to them online, get their best email for them and get them over there, that space. BombBomb is something I use. It's a paid platform. It's a paid software. But there's a free Google extension. Just Google it, video, email extension. And you'll get a free tool to send videos. It looks like that in their inbox, and they can't help. And actually, if I had some video, you'll see that this actually plays a little 3-second movement, so they can't help but stop and listen to it. And so I put the factual stuff below, like the bullet points, but I give them a 1 to 3 minute just message, and they get to know you, because at the end of the day, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. So the more you use stories, the more you use that platform that gets them the more personal touch, the more they're gonna, you're gonna fast forward that relationships. I've said this before. Instagram, if you look at someone's Instagram page, it's like the front porch. It's like you're deciding, yeah, okay, I think I'm gonna approach this. But then when you get maybe on Facebook, those followers tend to be a little more acquainted. So I say that's more like the foyer. But the people that you invite to your kitchen and that you haven't swept, and it's sticky counters and the dishes are in the sink, those are best friends, right? That's like stories. If you're not using stories, I mean, this is how you fast forward these connections, because those are the people you're tight with, right? Once they're in your kitchens, they see your sticky floors, okay, we're cool. Okay, so let's create more opportunities to invite. 2018, the name of the game is not 3 to 5 posts a day. That's what they used to tell us. Any of you who been around a little while, that's what the trainings would say. That quantity seemed to be more effective. These days, it's more quality. 1 to 2 solid posts. You have mere seconds to capture someone's attention. So, and that's good news, actually, to post less. The frequency in stories works. It's just you want more quality. But you want to get those eyeballs on you, since we're just doing fewer posts. Like I said, stories helps, but there are some ways you can, I say, hack Facebook's algorithms. If you don't understand how they work, or Instagram, or whatever platform that you're using, understand how their algorithms work. Just meaning, and you don't have to understand algorithms. I'm not that kind of brain. But I mean, Facebook wants to serve up to people who's most relevant to them, who they think is most relevant to them. And one of the ways they do that, or a few of the ways they do that, is who is engaging with them, liking, commenting, messaging. Intentionally, deliberately engage, comment with those people your prospects, those people that you want to connect with. That serves you up on a platter to them. They're seeing your stuff. They're seeing more of your stuff. They're getting more engaged with you. Obviously, I think it's obvious. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Be vulnerable in your photos and your posts. Don't post the highlight reel. Don't try to be super awesome. And now you have fans. Fans don't do much. People who actually see the real you and believe, oh my gosh, if she's kind of a hot mess, then maybe I can do this. You want people who actually believe they can do this. So don't post the highlight reel. So you guys know in Facebook stories, this is my little tip for getting more of you in people's eyeballs, and that's using Facebook Messenger. You know how they have a little circle around it when you have stories, your profile circle? If you open up your Messenger, well, maybe you just want to intentionally message people just about something silly, about something on their feed, completely unrelated to anything about this business or your programs. This now gets your stories in their face because they see that, oh, what's this? So that's a way that I insert myself into their day. Remember, you have to create these opportunities. You have to go out and find these opportunities. If you do not invite, you don't have a business. This is the vital behavior. So here are a couple ways that I've been really finding myself into people's business to get their eyes on my business. And you'll see here on the left, this is a demographic that I was missing for probably 3 years. I was still shy. I still didn't want to reach out to people who are liking my posts. I'm not sure why. But what I realized, this is a very soft call to action about coaching, very soft. I wasn't a big forward direct, but these people liked it, and I've never messaged a cold message before. That's just me. It's not a bad thing. It's just not what I've done. Coldest message I've ever sent were these. They liked my picture, or they liked it. So I reached out to them and said, hey, I don't know, you see my message right there. I don't know if you were just supporting me or what, but I have this sneak peek going on. Sure enough, they were ready to hear more about it. But these are the people who really are just saying, I'm a little bit too nervous to actually reach out, but I kind of want you to know I'm interested, so maybe you reach out to me. So would you mind giving me the confidence that maybe I can? So do them a favor and reach out to them. Okay, and over on the right, you'll see a little use of curiosity marketing. You'll see what I'm doing here is I'm teasing them with something that they want. They want the recipe, but I'm not going to give it to them in the post. I'm going to see who's going to message me. So this is a way that you can, you want to use curiosity marketing effectively to get people wanting to know more so that you have an open invitation into their inbox.
All right, so we quickly mentioned and made a little small promise that you would have emails in your inbox, and you guys are still probably thinking, okay, when is that going to happen? So we have something called the Invitation Hub, and we're going to take you through Instagram as well as YouTube, which is really cool. And you can completely apply this to Facebook, too. So one thing that you can do right away is change the link in your Instagram bio. If it is your Beachbody coach link, maybe don't do that because you're probably sending people running in the opposite direction. Not because Beachbody isn't awesome, because they think that you're trying to sell them on something. Now, what we personally do is we have a Linktree account, which is totally free, and this is what it looks like. So you put the Linktree account as your bio link in your Instagram, and you can choose how many links you want. So I kept it simple, 2 buckets, right? Your challenge group and your team. So I have join my challenge group, join my team. And then from there, each of those take you to a free form. You can create a form on Typeform, that's what I use. There's Wufoo form, there's Google Forms, and it's just a pretty form where people basically input, hi, my name is, this is my email, and these are my goals. And then you have something to talk to them about. So these people are genuinely interested and also understand what they're applying to be a part of. So this is how I do it on Instagram. This is how I do it on YouTube. So on YouTube, which I've recently found this year is incredibly amazing, and I know that you guys are going to hear a ton about Instagram, so we wanted to give you guys some different stuff. But again, this is applicable through email, through Facebook, through Instagram, and of course through YouTube. So on YouTube, you can create a 5-10 minute quick video. I did my morning routine 2018. And from there, under the video, you can see that same link that was in my Linktree account to join. Now, in the video, I'm doing my workout, and I'm going down to my basement in my home, so it's clear that I work out at home. I go onto my Beachbody On Demand app, and they see everything. So when they're inquiring, they understand, okay, she drank a shake that morning, she did her workout. They understand what they're signing up to join. So what it does is it completely eliminates a ton of objections at the same time. So that is the Invitation Hub. All roads lead to that one application form for either challenge group or for your team. And so we wanted to provide you with a game plan before we leave you guys so that you have something to leave here with and to actually take action on. So step 1, you need to be posting to your stories. And I don't feel like we need to talk about that because you've probably heard a ton about Instagram stories already over this week. So 5 times a day is a great starting point, but don't feel like it has to be different every single day. You guys, I do my backwards Shakeology pour every single morning. People love it. It's my day. And you know what you're doing? You're captivating them into your daily life. And again, helping them understand this is what she does. This is what I'm applying to do when I apply to join her challenge group. The other thing that I know that this is freaking a lot of you guys out already, I can sense it, going live. Go live on Instagram. You guys, you can grow about 100 followers every single time you go live. I said Instagram, not Facebook. Facebook if you want to, but no one goes live on Instagram, so when you go live, it pushes it to people's news feeds. So share what you've overcome that week and build trust through showing your authentic self. And then one time this month, do a 5 to 10 minute video and share maybe your month's obsession or your routine and create an invite.
All right, so you ready for this game plan? So like Angie said, we're going to do these 5 stories a day, 1 live stream, 1 YouTube video a month. I'm going to be honest, I need this plan. I need to do that YouTube video. I'm loving her advice here. So to do, create that video. Create a form, if Wufoo, whatever, Google it. If technology scares you, it's really easy. Just Google it, you'll figure it out. But I'm also going to challenge you to get those emails and use some kind of video email. Use video to invite. Use video as you're talking to these people to build these relationships and move forward and trust with them.
So hopefully you guys feel a little bit more comfortable. Does anybody feel better now? Like a little bit? Was that okay? Yay. So we want you to leave here with confidence in yourself, and we want you to understand that the one up that you have over every other coach that might be the reason that you're holding yourself back is because you don't think that you have a one up. You don't think that you're any better. You are, because you have one little weapon that is way better, and that's you. You have your victories, you have your triumphs, you have all the stuff that you've been through. You have all of those failures that you overcame. You have the things that you love that make you a little bit weird, but make you you. So that's what we want to leave you with. Build this business the way that you want to build it. Have fun. Grow it the way that you want to grow it, and only the way that you can. Thank you, guys.